Good afternoon, everybody. David Shuster here. Welcome to all of our syndicated stations around the United States and around the world. And, of course, everybody who is watching and listening to us on our YouTube channel, Take Action News TV. This is the program where we like to tell you what's been going on in the news and in government and politics and what you can do to influence outcomes. And the big story this week, we're going to dive right into it, is we learned this week, courtesy of Glenn Greenwald, a reporter and blogger for The Guardian, that our government, the National Security Agency, has been engaged in a massive surveillance of the activities of ordinary Americans. We learned early this week that Verizon had been providing records to the National Security Agency, essentially allowing the NSA to tap in and monitor phone calls, who's making them, how long. Every Verizon customer, everybody who uses a Verizon as part of their cell phone or part of their home phone service, those records have been able to be tapped by the government. And then we also learned a day later in a follow-up story that the government had arrangements with Apple and Google and Twitter and YouTube so that every essential internet transaction, the government has had the ability to monitor, to store this information, to collect it, to put it into their algorithms to try to figure out who might be involved in terrorist activity. Here's Glenn Greenwald on MSNBC explaining the scope of this program.
This program is a program in which the NSA takes its hands and sticks it directly into the servers of all of these internet giants, Facebook, Google, Skype, Apple, YouTube, that people around the world use to have communications, and lets the NSA grab whatever it is they want, either stored emails or real-time communication, with nobody looking over their shoulder, nobody watching what they're doing. Any analyst in the NSA sitting at a keyboard can at any moment go into the system and listen to whatever he wants, read whatever he wants, and then store it. It is extremely menacing, and there are no checks. This is how the world communicates, and the NSA is monitoring it at all times.
The Obama administration is making a distinction between the ability to monitor and actually listening in. And President Obama, when he was speaking in San Jose, California, he addressed the issue, he addressed the news stories about the NSA. And the president tried to make it clear that while some of the information is being fed into these government computers and into algorithms and all sorts of computations to try to find patterns, that there's nobody who is actually listening in on you. Here's the president.
When it comes to telephone calls, nobody is listening to your telephone calls. That's not what this program's about.
The president and his aides, again, tried to explain that what this program is about is trying to help us prevent terror attacks and catch terrorists after they engage in attacks. And again, it's all through using all of this data and information and sifting it through these incredibly high, powerful computers and computer analyst programs to be able to track patterns, to be able to find, hey, if the government has a particular email of somebody who's a suspected terrorist, who are the people that that person is communicating with in the United States? The president has been getting a ton of criticism this week, in part because he came into office, of course, vowing to change some of this big brother type of activities from the previous administration. And keep in mind, this program, this particular program, was started by George W. Bush under his administration. Here's the president talking about what he saw when he came in and the decision that he made.
I came in with a healthy skepticism about these programs. My team evaluated them. We scrubbed them thoroughly. We actually expanded some of the oversight, increased some of the safeguards. But my assessment and my team's assessment was that they help us prevent terrorist attacks.
The president said that this information that is being collected, that is being viewed by the government, he described these as modest encroachments on privacy and getting phone numbers and the length of these phone calls without a name attached. And he also, again, pledged that the government is not, in most cases, looking at content. The president went on to say, but this is an important conversation and that he welcomes this debate. Listen.
You can't have 100% security and also then have 100% privacy and zero inconvenience. We're going to have to make some choices as a society.